Welcome everybody to episode 71 of Just Joshing. I am your host, Joshua Penteloresco. I write stuff and I podcast too. And I'm also a publicist, so let me get to the publicizing. Currently, Greg Louis' most recent book in the Crash Dive saga is called Battle Stations. You can check it out right now at Amazon.com. or anywhere else electronic books are sold. He also has physical copies of the first two books, Crash Dive and Silent Running, which you can also pick up on Amazon. Chris Mars' latest release is part of an anthology called Intersections, which deals with Ouija boards and horror and the human condition. It's edited by Megan Hart, and it will be available January 21st. You should check it out right now. Okay, let's get to it. I'm going to be focusing this week on haiku poetry. I had Joanne Morcum way back in the early editions of Just Joshing, and she's part of this group, and she invited me back in the day to actually partake in it. And I just thought it'd be a good idea to do an interview with the Magpie Haiku Poets, and that's what we're going to be doing here. It's an interesting interview because all four of them are talking. And like I said, it was different in a good way. It was a lot of fun to actually be part of it, and I want to thank the Magpie Haiku group for being such good sports. Beyond all that, I'm getting ready to Marvel Method a comic book. That's going to be my next actual quick little project. It's something that's going to be a little bonus content to the Cloud Diver, which I'm nearly finished. In fact, as soon as this podcast is done, I'm getting right to work. And yeah, like I said, things are moving, and I think one of the things I'm going to have to learn this year is the ability to say no. I'm getting a lot more people interested in doing things with me, which is great. I'm really appreciative of that, but it's getting to the point where my plate is getting very, very full, and that's a good problem to have. I think this is just a realistic problem that we all have. So it's definitely one of those things where I gotta watch out for that this year. But all in all, it's been very, very good. And yeah, like I said, it's been a wild ride. Anyway, not gonna take too much more time. Beyond all that, I'm also releasing my newsletter today. If you want to subscribe to my newsletter, it is at tinyletter.com/jpenteloresco, JPANTALLERESCO. If you want to take a look at some of the other going on in my life, you can definitely take a look there. All right, on with the show after these messages. Called A Familiar Story Told in a Brand New Way, The Watcher is about a slave boy who kills his dragon masters and goes into a post-apocalyptic wasteland, discovering that there's more to life than being a slave. The Watcher is book 1 of the Watcher saga, which has book 2, Storm Dancer, and the concluding saga, The Wandering God, will be out later this year. It is available at mirrorworldbooks.com, Amazon.com.ca, Barnes & Noble, Chapters Indigo, and any other online bookstore you can think of. Just a small quick thing here before we go to the interview. The volume on some of the conversations is a little muted, so you may want to turn the volume up for this part of for this interview. My apologies, Audacity does have its limitations, though. All right, on with the show. I mean this totally as a generic term. I'm turning it on, so anything incriminating. Oh, this has been on. That's right. Anything incriminating that you guys may say. Right. Well, it's on the air now. So yeah, right. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to start like this. I'm going to go from left to right. This is the Magpie Haiku and Tanka Poets. The Magpie Haiku and Tanka Poets. I want you guys to introduce those individually, and then I'll ask questions starting from left and going all the way around.
Okay, my name is June Reed.
What do you do?
Well, what do I do? I'm eclectic. I do a lot of things. I like to write haiku poetry. I like to volunteer. I like to spend time with my grandchildren, and I like to meddle.
You like to meddle? Uh-oh.
Yeah.
It's like Mr. Burns, like plotting like excellent kind of metal, or just or more in a helpful kind of way.
Well, I hope it's helpful.
Okay.
One aspires to be helpful.
That's good.
Yeah.
I'm Lucille Royvato, and what can I say? I write in various forms, tanka, haiku, journaling, whatever.
All right.
Yeah.
And do you medal? Do you have plots for world domination like she
I'm
does?
not too sure what she means by medal, but I quilt.
You quilt.
Yeah,
That's
I'm a
cool.
quilter.
That's cool.
Okay, I'm Liz, and I'm a nurse, and I do dabble in haiku and tanka. I send, and I take pictures. I take a lot of photographs, and then I write poetry.
What kind of photography do you generally take?
It could be anything. Like I've taken pictures of skies, or an empty bench in the backyard littered with leaves, or squirrels in the backyard, a whole variety of things, and then I'll zoom in on some form of poetry to complement that.
Okay.
So that's basically what I do.
Excellent.
And I'm Joanne Morcum, the haiku and tanka poet and social worker. And I just recently started writing the 6-word memoirs as a result of visiting a Smith Magazine 6-word memoirs website. So that's an interesting new challenge. Writing
that's
6-word stories.
What's been your favorite one? Can you do it?
I plagiarized a writer by the name of Albert Camus, the French writer, who said autumn is the second spring when every leaf's a flower. So I contracted that into 6 words and posted it. And,
Cool.
yeah. So I'm a person of few words
Fair enough.
in a nutshell.
I'm Eileen Naisted, Professor Emerita, which means a retired professor with distinction. Because some people don't know that. And I'm an author and an artist. And my previous writing in academia was writing textbooks and research papers, and I've always had this interest in working with word and image together, and so that's because tanka haiku are short, and they might, depending on how you orchestrate the image, work together. I'm incorporating the two together, and also I'm co-teaching a course with Alexander Writing Center with a poet, and we're having our students work with different media, art media, and different poetic forms, genre. And it's becoming a very exciting course, and it's going to end up with a publication and an art show.
That's awesome. So, real quickly, because I did something oddly similar to this when I was in Arizona, is it going to be like a magazine kind of publication, or are you guys thinking like a booklet? Like what's
it's going to be similar, I guess, to an art journal or art catalog, because and it won't be a journal in that it won't be repeated. It'll be a different group of people we're working with next time we do this. So it'll be a one publication, and it'll be in conjunction with the art show that and the readings of the students' works.
Very cool. All right. So, how did the Magpies come together?
How did the group start?
Yeah.
Oh, in the year 2001. So it's been around for 15 years. And it actually started at a bookstore in Calgary called Annie's Book Company, which no longer exists, unfortunately. And a group of like-minded people got together. Most of them belong to an organization called Haiku Canada. So that
So
was
how many were you
connection.
to start with? How many were you?
maybe 5 or 6 people.
Okay.
Yes. Bruce Ross, who is a very well-known haiku poet and editor and writer, was living in Red Deer at the time with his wife, and he actually got everyone together, and he was a great admirer of magpies because he's originally from Maine, USA, where apparently magpies are unknown. So he was fascinated by them, the black and white birds. Wasn't aware that a lot of people don't like them. I guess in his honor, we named ourselves Magpie. The
I
Magpies.
think it's a nice name. I love it.
Lori, I forget her last name. She's in my class. Lori, I forget her last name. Anyway, we'll talk later.
Okay.
You can talk now.
No, I forget her last name. I forget her last name. So yeah.
And membership has changed over time.
Yeah.
And,
She mentioned she was a part of the.
I think it was 97 when I joined.
Yeah.
Really? I didn't know that.
Yeah,
I didn't. I
and it was
joined,
just the three of us
2 years
and
ago.
Pat and Joanne and I for a long time.
So it's nice to welcome new members.
Yeah,
So, all
it's a
right.
good group. It's
Yeah,
not
but
too much.
some of us are pretty new to this group. You know, I think this is what, my third meeting?
Loy Roadhouse?
Yes.
So, how many members are in the group right now?
We're missing
I don't know,
a
we're
number.
seven or eight.
We're missing
I think
3 or
we're
4.
We're missing 3.
3 today. There are Baxes and Waynes like
Mary's in my class too.
Well, yes, Mary, whose last name I can't pronounce.
Yeah, Mary.
So we meet once a month
Yeah.
Nice.
and get together, usually at a library and, somebody at Joanne's house. And,
What I've appreciated with this group is I learn something every time we have discussions or meetings, and you have great exercise, Lucille, the support has been wonderful, and so I feel bad if I miss a meeting, because I know I'll gain something from this group of
Yeah, it's
wonderful
I mean,
women.
we're all very
Oh, thank
supportive of
you.
each other, right? We can critique, and nobody's offended, but we don't talk in an offensive sort of way either. Are there? We're accepting
a
of
lot of
it.
times we're not terribly strict about the format of haiku, and that's good too. I mean, we like to get exactly the way it should be, like so many syllables and so many
Right.
words and so many lines and that kind of thing, but if some of this extended and maybe go, more syllables than we're supposed to, like it's acceptable, like we're not judged because of that, so it's not completely strict, so that's nice too.
But a good supportive suggestions as to how you might reduce the words or,
Exactly, yeah.
or change
Good
the
discussion.
Clearer.
the format a bit. It's been good.
And you always do bring fun exercises.
Oh, well, thank you.
Where we
Thank
can-
you.
Those are very helpful.
The
good.
first 2 lines have a haiku, and then we get to
Oh, yeah,
add
that
on
was a
the
fun
third
one. I
line.
love that one.
and that's a fun one.
So I guess you're the one that gives structures like the words and
Well,
teaches?
I'm not sure how that happened, but
No.
it seems that I'm doing it.
Yes.
Yeah.
It just happened. Was it her meddling?
No, no.
No.
No, absolutely not me.
As she goes.
I just follow along.
No, so what kind of exercise? Like just basically like two lines of a haiku, or is there? I guess I should ask this question then. What is there a particular goal of the group? Like besides getting better at your craft?
Isn't that enough?
It is.
I think
Talked
it's
about
different ways of
punishment,
stimulating the haiku or tanka, and we've used images, we've used words, we've used exercises in combining, it's been interesting exercises because you can do them on your own.
Yeah.
If because you always have a blank sheet. Okay, start with one of these exercises. Actually, I have another one that we should try, another exercise with some questions related to an image.
Okay, great.
Which we've done with my class, Vivian and I have done, and it works. It works well because it gets you involved in the image. Like
Yeah.
you're part of it. Also, I have a number of them in my art education textbook I wrote. It's basically exercises at looking at art, but if you look at a piece of, if you look at an image, then it doesn't matter if it's an art piece or not. But you look at an image and you approach it in different ways. So I've got a series of exercises that we could do as well. That we can try out as well.
And the group has published 2 anthologies, and we may publish another one
piece of shell.
Everyone's
Yeah.
agreeable to that
Yeah.
at some point. It's nice. It's nice to write poetry and share it with each other, but it's also nice to publish and share it with the world, so to speak.
Absolutely.
And those are in the library.
Those are in the
They're in the public library.
Ooh, nice. Nice. So anyone can. So where are the books called? So
Oh, thank you, Jim.
yes.
By the way.
First one.
Just thought I'd share that with you.
Yeah.
I'm not in it, but
That's our first anthology.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a very good one, actually.
All right. So
Well, I wasn't part of the
Oh.
group at the time.
You can say that.
But the second one I was, and it's very good too.
Oh, good.
But that is a very good one. I've read it several times.
okay. So in that case, anyone here? You're in this anthology?
yes, she is.
Sorry?
Joanne was, yeah.
Yes, you're in this anthology,
Yeah.
right? So okay, since you're the one that is in this anthology, pitch it. What's the collection about? It's called A Piece of Eggshell.
Yes. I think everyone has a bird poem in the anthology, but there are many different themes depending on the poet.
So what was yours?
Mine are, well, I'd say it's eclectic. I think I have one magpie haiku in there.
Yeah, well, I was gonna say, what I love about the book is the fact that you can identify the subtle differences between each of the authors.
Okay.
And I enjoy the fact that they've got the personality of the person who wrote them. Yeah, you know, that becomes something where it's very definitely a Pat Benedict that, you know, I'm hearing when I see
Okay.
the lines on the page.
Yeah.
So everyone has an individual voice,
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah, which is nice with an anthology.
Yes, yeah.
Which,
And there's a bit of a bio on each person there that
Yeah.
yeah.
gives you a bit of information about who they are. So.
Okay, so not including yours, if I'm gonna put you on the spot a little bit, what's your favorite one?
Like my favorite haiku?
Not yours.
Oh gosh.
In the book itself?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh, they're testing
Done.
my memory,
I
Josh.
remember my favorite, if you want to know.
Yeah.
It's,
Go for it. Anyone else can
If you wanna, go ahead.
what's his name there, his wife?
Devar
Devar's
Leslie
wife. It's the socks on the clothesline or something.
Yes. That's
I
very
like
good,
that
isn't
one.
it? Yes.
I think that's really cute.
Yes.
What's her first name? Leslie.
Leslie Doll. It might be one of Devar Doll's. Devar lives in
McGrath.
McGrath, Alberta, which is a very small town. So a lot of his haiku have a rural feel. Including this one, my best moo, all the cows stop and look, which has some humor as well. I enjoy haiku with a sense of humor. I think that might be.
Yeah, and he writes a lot about the countryside and
Yes.
and, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Can
Small-
you find the
small
sock
town
one?
life.
Can you find the sock one?
The Leslie's,
Leslie's.
that's his wife.
Yeah.
Was it about clothes?
Yeah,
Socks
on the clothesline.
On the clothesline.
Frozen air, paired socks, tap dance on the clothesline.
That's awesome.
Always
That's a
like that
good
one.
image.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
They probably make a sound. too.
Hard frozen socks. thing.
Yeah.
Winter in Canada as well.
Mm.
Yes.
So-
That reminds you of all those, if you guys grew up like I did with where your parents put all that those washing on the line in the wintertime,
Oh, yeah.
all the long johns were hanging up there
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
like skeletons on the line.
Yeah, so it's nostalgic as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if anybody
My
still does
diapers were
that.
frozen solid.
Hangs close to dry on the clothesline.
This is the day of cloth diapers, right?
Yeah. That's right.
It's like, I'm the diapers. God, they're bigger and chunky and stuff.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
That's cool. All right, so let's ask a fun question, and each of you can answer this one individually. What have you learned from this group?
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
Well, are we starting in the same order?
Well, anyone? At this
Okay,
point,
let Lillian jump in here. I have to
Oh,
think about it.
Lucille.
Lucille, sorry.
Lucille. What have I learned? I think I've learned to share what I do without worrying that people would reject me or would, you know, that I can share and I'm comfortable with sharing. Because I know that people will respect with what I do and whatever. I don't know, something like that.
I would like to say collegiality and support.
These big
and-
words she uses all the time.
Professor. That's a professor coming out of you, right?
and
Can't help.
no, what was the other word? Sorry.
Sorry, we're
No,
distracting you.
it's been very good, and as I said, I learned from each of you something that I think enriches my writing, and I really appreciate these meetings.
Well, and I think it's just fun to watch other people's response to something that you feel pretty good about, and then for them to contribute something that says, well, not sure about that word, what if? And suddenly it becomes better or a little more understanding. So for me, that's, it's been, just as you said, very, very supportive and encouraging.
Supportive is the word, yeah.
It's a nice social event, and it's a nice time to share your attempt at being creative, and then getting lots of good feedback. And yeah, it's stimulating. It's stimulating mentally,
Mm-hmm.
so it's good.
I would just add that writing can be a very lonely
Mm-hmm.
pastime, so it's nice to get together with like-minded individuals and share thoughts and writing, etc. A person feels less
That's a very
isolated.
good point, actually. It's a
Mm-hmm.
very good
I
point.
think so, yeah.
Very cool. All right. It's almost over, I promise. I can see, I see in some cases like the pain. No, it's all good. But, all right. So, you guys think about doing another anthology. So, right, you're thinking about it. So are you going to be like, by the time this airs, this will be December. So, assuming you say yes to this whole anthology thing, is it going to be open to just the group, or is it, how does this work?
Well, the last two have been comprised of the work of group members, so I would think this one would be. We haven't really discussed it in detail.
Yeah, the last time we each decided how many copies we wanted to have, right? To distribute among friends, basically. But then like I say, one of them, it was Joanne got it to the library, so at least that way other people would have read it. But
Yeah.
it was mostly, I don't know, 150 copies, I can't remember.
Small print run.
Yeah.
Well, I think you should share with him the book that was done in 1992, the 100 haiku that you just found out has been reprinted again from Brittany.
What did I do with that?
That is good.
I mean, Joanne's been doing this for quite some time, and so she contributed to a book. This is it. It was published in the UK, and just learned that it's gone through another reprinting.
Nice.
Well, 6 reprinting.
Congratulations.
I learned by accident that the Haiku 100, which was originally published in the UK in 1992, has actually gone through 6 printings. So this is the latest version, and it's now called the Historic Collection because it's sold over 10,000 copies in the UK, which is amazing for a collection of haiku poetry. It's the best-selling book of haiku ever published in the United Kingdom. And I'm very pleased to have a haiku included.
Well, Joanne, do you have the original of it?
I do, but I can't
You
find
can't find
it.
it. Because I'm wondering if they changed the
It is
cover and all
different.
that.
The original is smaller and it has a stark black cover. So this is a little more elaborate.
Pretty cover. So it's
Yes.
well done.
I like
Yeah.
it because you've got the frog in the front, and on the back all the ripples that he might have
Yes,
made when he
it's-
jumps into the pond.
Yes, good observation, Liz. This is probably in homage to Bashaw's famous poem about Frog Pond, what is it?
It's about the splash and the pond. What
The
And then
frog
sound.
jumping into
first,
the
word,
pond
the
and the
splash.
sound of the splashing.
Yeah.
So that's what
It's a
the
very
cover
famous
is
one.
referring to. Yeah.
Mhm.
I just realized that now.
Yeah, I
It's okay.
I saw, I thought, oh, and then it's on the phone.
Yes. So that's interesting.
Yeah. But
What's the name of the poem that, is it Basho?
Basho.
Show. Show.
And it's a poem about a frog in a pond.
Yes.
what came first, the frog or the splashing of the pond? Right.
Yeah, yeah.
Well,
Which
the
one?
sound
Which
is
one's
empty.
real first?
Yeah.
It's instantaneous.
Yes. So.
I have to add that I have gotten my whole family to
Right.
to compose haiku. I publish a little booklet. It's called a what do you call it? A chapbook every year. And I've gotten all of my I have 6 grandchildren, and my daughters and my son-in-law. I give them a deadline, and you have to give me a haiku by the end of January.
Great.
And then I publish it on my computer. My daughter does it for me. So I mean, they know that I compose haiku.
Right.
You know, and now they're awakened to the fact. Sometimes they say something and they say, "Oh, Grandma, is this a haiku?" You know, because they're aware of it. And I like that because I think it's important to get young people involved.
Absolutely.
And, so, yeah.
And I think we stress that it's something that's, you write in the moment, like it's not
Yes.
too thought out, like you're present, you're in the moment, and,
Yeah.
and the words come to you.
Yes. Very good.
Yeah.
Yes.
I heard a haiku on CBC radio one morning on my way to work, and it was in French. And I'm going, oh, I think I understand this. And it was, because I listen to the French channel because I like the music in the morning. So
Right.
the essence of the poem was, and I wish I could find it again, because it starts off with, every morning I receive from my barista at the coffee shop her heart delivered on a layer of foam on top of my coffee. So the idea of the haiku was that she was getting a gift from her barista every morning. It was the heart-shaped foam on top of her coffee.
Oh.
And I thought, that's
That's lovely.
splendid. And it's funny for me because I thought, of all the things that you go to every day, like many people do, the same coffee shop, I'm surprised there isn't a haiku coffee shop club, you know,
That's
really.
right, yeah.
Because the things you see and you do with other people, you go and you meet at a coffee shop, and the times you sit there and you visit with somebody, and then you leave. And yeah, it's the people that you encounter there.
Brief encounter.
That brief encounter.
We should do that sometime.
Yeah.
Meet at a coffee shop, sit at a
Mhm.
table, very
Mhm.
quietly, and just observe, and then write our haikus
That
about
would be
what
our
we
theme,
observe.
yeah.
The sounds that we see, the interactions, the
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
the-
yeah,
the
that's a good
little
idea.
nuances that we see
Yeah.
in the shop.
A field trip.
A field trip, there you go.
Yeah.
Not
The
told for that.
surrealist artists, in the Paris, whatever, avant-garde, they would meet in coffee shops, and it was automatic drawing or automatic writing, where they would write together or draw together.
Mhm.
You each get something to add to either the visual or the words, and it's called automatism, and that's
Yeah.
I've worked on that with visual artists, and it's really quite interesting how they do.
That's a date, maybe in 2017 we'll do
We'll have a
something like
date,
that.
yes.
Like,
Okay.
Alright.
It's nice to change things up.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's why we meet sometimes at the library, sometimes at each other's homes.
Yeah,
Um,
just a little different spin on things.
different settings.
Yeah.
Can meet art inspiration.
Absolutely. Really like this. Actually, this is where you write on a regular basis, Joanne, real quick. Do you write here often? If I could see it.
Oh, here? What? Usually in the summer, I spend a lot of time just sitting here. Yes.
Yeah, we were talking this morning about how the leaves on her
Yeah.
skylight look like some stained glass, don't they?
Yeah, kind of do.
It's-
It'd be a pity to
artwork
wash
right
them
there.
out.
Mhm.
I bet Wayne will wash them down.
It does. It
Yeah.
does.
Well, we'll get snow, and that would be a different scene.
Yes. Yes.
Because this is new, isn't it? It's about
It's
a year, 2
a
years
year
old.
old, yeah, a little over a year old.
So you've gone through the winter already.
All the seasons, yes, yeah.
It's lovely, it's really
Mm.
beautiful.
It's best in the summer, but as you can see, it's fall, we're still sitting here, so that's nice.
Yeah, yeah. Beautiful, the leaves on top there.
I enjoy watching the squirrels and the birds.
Yeah, it's like theater.
It is in a way.
All the actors out
Yeah,
there.
that's right, that's right. I guess that's one of the reasons I feed them. I have selfish reasons for feeding them, because
So then
the
they
more I
come.
feed them, the more they come and
Yeah.
play, and
Yeah. Do you feed birds as well?
everybody.
Yeah.
We even have some mice that live under the garden shed. This is, I think you saw them.
I saw one go up a tree, and this was quite a few years ago. I remember that.
The little mice enjoy the what I call it, the rodent diner as well. Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like you,
What
I've
do you
got
give
two
them?
now too, but I did try
Anything
one.
they want.
Yeah, right.
It's
What's on the menu? What's on the menu for
I don't
mice?
mind as long as they don't come in the house. I
I
don't
know,
mind
that's
them.
right.
Well, it's funny you bring that up. You just have my dad loves the garden. Whenever he has a place, and usually one of the signs he's moving is he's just growing a garden and starting to really take off, and he has to move, and he hates that. But one year he stayed at this place in Windsor. My dad lives in Windsor, Ontario, and so I go in there, and you can see where my dad grows his stuff. He's got literally like the biggest step out there. All of a sudden, you see this movement, and I see literally the fattest rabbit I've ever seen in my life. No, just I mean, he was enormous. He was like the happiest rabbit ever. I don't think, seriously, I think the fox would just look at the rabbit and goes, I'd kill you, but I don't think I can lift you anymore because, because
Yeah.
just it's the nature. Like, you have enough food around it, like you'll attract different creatures. That rabbit, even with what he ate, there's still plenty in that garden. And it was like he was just so happy. He didn't have to go anywhere in his food.
Yeah.
And it's like I'm like he probably became somebody's rabbit too at some point. But you know, just that's what I thought when I thought it's like you're feeding everything. It's like I know that.
Yeah, we have those too.
Yeah, rabbits. Yeah,
And they're
lovely.
big.
Mhm.
The jackrabbits.
But with this, I think, okay, you're looking out here, it's like a stage play for you with all the animals. But on the same token, the animals can look back at you and say,
Yeah. Look
This
at those
is the-
humans.
they're the audience and you're the characters,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And they're watching you and saying,
Perhaps they are.
you're watching
Yeah.
a theater play
Right.
inside
That's right.
of humans.
Just give you guys like a top hat and a cane. It's like
Yeah.
dun, 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 dun,
And
dun.
then exit stage left.
That's right.
Yeah, for sure.
That's cute.
Yeah.
I thought,
I'm silly, just the way I am.
No,
So,
don't apologize.
I know.
Yes.
But anyway, beyond all that, I think we almost have a good interview here. So we almost. It's completely my fault if it's not good. Don't worry about it. You guys actually been great. So, ladies, I'm sorry. You know, she's just gonna. I know. As soon as it's over, as soon as this interview's over, I hit the record. She's just gonna throw at me. I know that. But anyway, that's all good. But beyond all that, individually, I'm sure you all have projects coming up, and not just with the group, but with yourselves. So if you guys wanted to do anything like that, promote, say if you have Twitter or Instagram or anything like that, or you got a book coming out, or chapbook in your case, right? Now's the time to do it.
It's possible.
It's possible.
It's possible, yeah. I'm working on a few different things, but at the moment, because I haven't really applied a lot of focus to what I'm doing, I wouldn't say that I'm ready to publish anything for a few months, but maybe June Reed might do something.
Okay, fair enough. I'll give you some encouragement. I'm one of those. I'm a dabbler too. I meddler. I don't think I'm not the meddling meddler that meddles. I'm more like the dabbler that dabbles. I do poetry, but I also do prose. I do comics and things like that. And it's just and everywhere it's kind of like doing a language. Every time you take a different medium, it's like you're learning a new language, learning A, B, C, D, E, F,
Right.
But as you keep getting deeper and deeper in each language, eventually you'll become at least proficient or confident at it, and suddenly you'll be doing multiple different things. I'm pretty sure when you're ready, you might have like haiku collection. You might have an like an illustrator and like some kind of photography illustration kind of thing, and that'd be really cool. So if you do
Thanks,
it,
Josh. Well, I'm going to work on it.
yeah.
The question is,
Basically, what would you like to promote for yourself or for the group? In your case, since you were talking about chapbooks earlier, flash chapbook, your chapbooks would close out.
talk about them?
Yeah, why not?
Well, they're little.
So what?
I publish the haiku I was writing on all year, because I write quite regularly. But then I have old ones that I've been writing for several years. Sometimes I go back to those. Anyway, there's 98 haiku in each book, and I'm not allowed more than that because that's the format for my daughter has on her computer. So I do. Is it 98? 98 or 89 or something like that. And sometimes there's some little illustrations in there, whatever. And that goes once a year. I did 10 already.
You've done 10?
Yeah.
All right. So next one comes out. When will the next one be out?
I usually do it for development and peace during Lent, for a fundraiser,
All right.
and then I give the others away.
That's cool.
So about March, April.
March, April?
Yeah.
All right. Looking forward to it.
Well, I don't have anything of mine published, but I have, I think, about 40 plus poems that I've written. Some are haiku, and some are tanka. I quite often email them to Joanne, and she says it's one or the other, or maybe not. Maybe it's a Liz coup, since my name is Liz. But I think it's something I'd like to do is maybe put a book together, maybe just for family and friends, and the photographs and the poems, and maybe designing, like embedding the poem in right smack into the photograph, like up in the clouds, if it's a picture of a scene with clouds, you know, and try and design it that way. But it's time consuming. Yeah, it's time consuming, and yeah, I have to assert myself.
And that is one of the ways of writing Japanese haiku poetry, with a photograph, and what do they call it? There's a term for that.
And
Taiwan? Is that right?
I've heard
not
three
sure.
jewels. You have the image and the word and the calligraphy.
yeah. So just designing it, like, I mean, you have to really think about it. You can have just a haiku that's sort of vertical alongside the picture. You can have it embedded in the picture, or make it a circle around the picture, and that kind of thing. So to make it interesting for the reader, so it's not just picture poem, picture poem, something that draws the attention. That's the thought process.
Yeah, you should do that.
You should call it Liz Coos. You should call it Liz Coos.
Liz Coos.
Yeah,
That's why
yeah, you should.
I send some poems to my family members, and I say it's not a haiku, it's a Liz Coos.
That's right. And that should be your title. And that's what I'm saying. Why not? It sounds. It catches. Like I hear it. I'm intrigued. It's like, wait, what is a Liz Coos? And then I open it up, and it's like, oh, that's cool, right? Never know.
Yeah, I know.
All right.
This summer I published a collection of my haiku called Last Year's Leaves. Some of the poems were previously published, and others I wrote for the collection. And I'm leaning towards writing a tanka collection. Some previously published as well. So I'm in the stage of gathering tanka, and then trying to write some more. For hopefully ready in time for next year's When Words Collide event. It's a good place to launch or release a collection, I find.
Yeah, it is. It really is.
At When Words Collide.
Yeah. You get to meet cool people too. Like
Yes.
you met some guy there, and he's interviewing you right now. He's like,
That's
right, yeah.
That's right. It's a good place to network
Yeah, absolutely.
at When Words Collide, which is an annual literary festival.
And something you lay all of you should actually consider attending next year.
Yes.
Or it'd be a good experience for
Exactly.
all of you. So.
Well, you were there, Irene, for the first. Was it the first time you were at
at that one.
What did you think of that?
It was good. Good variety, and yeah, I searched out presentations that I was interested in.
Yes, lots
And
of
made
presentations.
connections.
Lots of
Made some
presentations.
good connections.
Good.
And resources.
Good. Yeah.
Well, as I mentioned earlier, I'm co-editing this publication of our students from the Alberta Writing Center, Alexander Writing Center, sorry, and the co-leader of this course is Vivian Hansen, and we're going to publish that for January, and then have a show and book talk for the Alexander Writing Center. My own work, I'm going to be finishing the illustrations on a fable, and continue my energies in combining word and images together in paintings and prints.
Very cool. All right, to wrap it up, if anyone wants to come join this group, how would they do so?
Well, they'd have to pay a hefty fee, no.
Annual fee.
Hefty monthly fee. No, there's no charge whatsoever. It's just a matter of getting in touch with one of us or all of us, and
How would one do that?
well, through myself. I do have a website and a Twitter account. It's at Joanne Morcum.
Okay.
Or my email address is morcumj@telus.net
Yeah.
as well. And we always welcome new interested members to join us. We meet the first Saturday of the month, sometimes at Fish Creek Library, sometimes at each other's homes, and it's casual and fun, yet in a way quite intense, because
Because we do some work.
we do some work.
Next Saturday, the 5th of November, the next one is booked already at the library.
At the Fish Creek Library at 1 o'clock on Saturday, November 5th,
On the main floor.
on the main floor. So if anyone would like to join us, you're welcome to join.
Alrighty.
And there's no long-term commitment.
No, that's right.
But
That's right.
we hope you'll stay.
You'll be stay, just no signing in blood or anything like that.
No.
No big contract.
Okay, no worries. Alrighty.
And that will do with another podcast. I'm going to maybe apologize a little bit about the sound quality. It was a little bit muted in there, which was a little unexpected when I did this episode. The ladies were great though. You should check out anything by Joanne Morcum, and next time I'll bring a sound system in there just to be on the safe side, ladies. My apologies. As is though, I hope listening to this you got better appreciation for haiku. And Tonka, really, really good stuff. And like I said, Joanne Morcum, thank you very much for having me on the show. Alright, and that is this episode. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, which apparently is not a very big list, but still, don't do those things, they're bad. This year I wish everybody the same goal I had, and that is find your freedom, find your happiness. Okay? Alright, talk to you all real soon.
Josh.